Parents, what's the most absurd thing you found on your kid's social media? I found this text on my 16-year-old daughter's phone. Operation starts tomorrow at 3 a.m. Bring the tools we discussed. Make sure no one sees you. If we get caught, we're all done. My hands were shaking. My daughter's been distant lately, hanging with new friends I'd never met. Last month, her grades dropped, and she started coming home late with no explanation. I screenshotted everything with trembling fingers. The group chat had 12 members, all names I didn't recognize. Going back through the messages, I found weeks of planning. References to the target location, detailed timing schedules, and something about making sure the neighbors don't call the cops. My mind spiraled to the darkest places. Was this about substances? A break-in? Something worse? I'd been a single dad for 3 years since the divorce, and lately I felt like I was losing her completely. She barely spoke to me anymore, just grunted responses and disappeared into her room. I called my ex-wife at 11 p.m., sobbing into the phone. Brittany, I think Emma's involved in something dangerous. Really dangerous. Her voice went cold when I read her the messages. We agreed. Intervention time. No more trying to be the cool parent. This was serious. I booked us emergency family therapy for the next day. Spent $200 I didn't have. I prepared for the worst conversation of my parenting life. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept checking her location on Find My Phone. She was home, but for how long? I found myself Googling things like teen criminal behavior warning signs and what to do if your child is arrested. The articles painted terrifying pictures of good kids gone wrong. I thought about her childhood. She used to be so sweet, always making me little gifts and wanting to help with everything. 2:30 a.m. I heard movement upstairs. My heart started racing. I crept to my bedroom door and listened. Footsteps in the hallway. The bathroom door closing. I grabbed my phone, finger hovering over 911. Should I call the police? More movement. I heard her bedroom door open and close, then silence. I tiptoed to the top of the stairs. I checked my phone obsessively, watching the minutes tick by. Whatever this operation was, it was starting in 2 minutes. My daughter, my baby who used to be afraid of the dark, was about to leave the house at 3 a.m. to do God knows what. I thought about calling Brittany back, waking her up, but what would I say? Our daughter's leaving now? She'd just tell me to stop her, but how? Lock her in her room? She was 16, almost an adult. If she was determined to do something stupid, could I really stop her? My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Is he ready? My blood turned to ice. Someone was checking on my daughter. Someone I'd never met was coordinating with her for this mysterious operation. 3 o'clock a.m. Exactly. I heard her bedroom door creak open. My heart was pounding so hard I thought it might wake the whole neighborhood. This was it. Whatever she'd been planning for weeks was happening right now. I made a split-second decision. I was going to follow her. As quietly as possible, I crept down the stairs, staying in the shadows. I positioned myself by the living room window where I could see the front door. My hands were shaking as I pulled back the curtain just enough to peek out. She opened the front door, and my breath caught. 3 figures were standing there in the darkness. I couldn't make out their faces, but they had tools. Actual tools. Shovels. What looked like a crowbar. Bags of something heavy. This was really happening. My daughter was meeting strangers in the middle of the night with tools that could be used for breaking and entering. Or worse. I fumbled for my phone, ready to call 911 when something made me pause. One of the figures stepped into the porch light, and I caught a glimpse of their face. It was young, Emma's age. They were whispering intensely. I saw Emma nod and point toward our front yard. Then I saw something that made my racing heart stop completely. One of them was holding a hand-painted sign, but I couldn't read it from my angle. Another had potted plants. They spent 4 hours in the dark transforming our neglected front garden into a birthday surprise. Planted my favorite roses, built a little pathway, everything. I cried watching them work through the window, then cried harder when I realized I'd already paid the $200 therapy deposit.